Hello and welcome back to another video on beading. So this is a project that I started probably about 6 months ago, and I just did a video on how to restart a new thread. And what ended up happening is that I started on the wrong side, and I think it's almost impossible to find the right side to start on. And the reason why I know I'm on the wrong side is because we have 4 here and we also have 4 here. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be, and actually I remember it kind of looked a little strange. It should be, I think we should have started on this side with maybe a black. Anyhow, I'm going to show you how to correct this. So what we're going to have to do is undo all of the work that we just did. So that is not going to be fun, but it won't take all that long. Okay, so first we're just going to need to take out the string and and then just pull the beads out. We can use the needle to help get the I think the hardest ones are going to be what I talked about in this last video, was doing this X, but actually it's not on this end. So what you can do is just pull this bead and it should come just straight out. The length of your thread, though, it's a pretty lengthy thread. So again, we're going to go to the next stair step, pull the bead, and pull it out. One of the disadvantages of working with the long thread is that it gets tangled. And then another one is that when you have to correct a mistake like this, you've got to pull this long thread each time. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to pause really quick. Okay, so now we're to the part where we had to do the X. So here is where you're going to need the needle to pull out there should be 2 threads that went through these 2 beads here, and you're going to have to loosen them up with your needle. The best thing I can say, and find which one gives. Pull it apart and just find which one gives. This is where a magnifying glass would help, and I do have one. There we go, found it. So I'm going to pull that out. Oops. That is my phone. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to have to go through this X here. And you're just going to have to finagle. Just remember, basically, we're undoing what we just did. So we did an X through here. We went these 2 up top, this one in the middle, these 2 down at the bottom. We did an X, and so we want to undo that X. So we're going to have to pull, see if we can get it through here. If we can just pull that one thread apart. I think I'm going to need the magnifying glass. Oh, there we go. I put my phone on silent. Let me just put it on silent really quick. I think actually what I did was silence the Ring doorbell. The dogs were out there. Okay, so here we'll just make that long enough so that we can pull it through. Make it wide enough. Which way is it going? There it goes. I gotta pull this one. A long piece of thread. Okay. And now let's see where we're at. Now we can possibly pull this one up here. Yes, there we go. And that will complete the X. Okay. And we can take out that bead. And so now the stair stepping is going to be easy again. We'll just pull out this protruding bead and get it out of the bead. So I'm going to pause and be right back. All right, back again, and here we are at another X. So this is coming out of the bottom of this one, and so we need to pull, oh, that was easy. We need to pull that out. Okay, and just like with the other undoing of the X, we're going to have to find that thread. Okay, it's difficult. And I don't know that it would affect the bracelet that much. You would be able to see where this little hiccup happened, but most people can't really see it. Oh, you know why? Okay, because this is where we started the new thread. Okay, so we started a new thread down there, and perhaps we needed to start up here. And it's, like I said, it's pretty much impossible to figure it out because these are the exact same. Like we have 3 up top, 3 in the bottom, 2 and 2, 2, 1 and 1. And so it's kind of like trial and error, and they're exactly the same too. So since we started at the bottom with just joining one here, maybe we should start at the top here with an X. And as I said in my previous video, this technique or this thread, this design that I've been using, I kind of came up with it on my own. I didn't watch a video. I just kind of just made it one day. And I mean, the very first one looked terrible because I didn't understand the pattern. And yes, so, and it's evolved to this, and I've made probably about 3 or 4 of these. Here is the other color scheme that I've been working on. I started working on this one, and then I decided I wanted to make this for the lady that worked at the dry cleaners, and she ended up quitting, and I asked them to pass on my number, have her call me, because we were buddies, and I guess they didn't, and I'm pretty sure she would have called me. I just noticed that this was sticking out. This was another time that I had to add in a piece of thread, a new piece of thread. These scissors. Ow. Didn't even cut myself. Okay, so I'm thinking we need to do the X here, which is going to make it even more difficult. So if at any way possible, let's not end on a spot where you need to start with the X. I don't know that I've done this before, but we're going to work through it. Okay, so to thread the needle, this has already been clamped, but what you can do is just clamp the edge and it flattens it out a bit to give you a little nib to work with. Where's my needle? Right under the skizzers. Okay. And we will just slide that through. Look how easy that goes in. And since I'm working with this long thread, I'm going to basically make them even with just a little bit of a tail. And what you can do to help the thread from tangling is grab your finger and kind of pull it all the way through to straighten it up and score it, I guess you could say. Because look how straight the thread is now. It's not all wonky. Now it is going to get wonky again, so just go ahead and run it through your fingernails again. Okay, so here is where we're going to start. So basically we're starting with a new thread, and I'm going to start a little down below because I want to end up with my needle going up through this last one here. Okay. So there's our tail. You know what? I want to start on the next row up. Right here. Okay. There we go. So we've got a nice little tail. And we're going to go through its neighbor. We're going to go down. My pliers. It's also important to have a nice clean workspace as well. Got lots of stuff here on my desk. Maybe I should keep this camera on autofocus. Maybe that would be better. And then I'm going to go back through that one that I went through. Uh-oh. Oh, there's my tail. It's shrinking. Okay. And when you tighten, make sure you pull straight up. You don't want to pull to the side because it's going to give your beading an angle. It's going to start going to the side. So I'm going to do a little bit of calculation. Down, down. I think, let's see. If I go up here, maybe I need to go up here because I want my needle to end up coming down through that last one. No, I need my needle to come up here. Okay, let me think about this. That doesn't seem right though. I'm going to pause this really quickly and let me think. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I feel like I need to start here because I've gone 3 here and I feel like I need to put a third one here and start working that way. And you know, I started down here and I think I may have put a 4th one here down at the bottom instead of starting with this number 2. So it's looking like we can start either way. So my goal is to get the thread going down this one here, if that makes sense. It will as soon as we start going. So the thread is coming out of this gold one And I think I'm going to zigzag up. You know, that's my tea. Luckily, my silenced phone still makes noise for my timers. Otherwise, I would have oversteeped my tea, and this is the last oolong. This is the last oolong brew that I have. I have to go buy more tea leaves. And let me just show you guys, if you're interested in tea, look how, I'm going to pull up the camera. I don't know if you can see that, but look how pretty these leaves unfold. Totally off topic, I know, but they start out as little balls, and then they unfurl into these beautiful leaves. I'm going to take one out and just show. Look at this. It's an entire leaf. I mean, and this is the second steeping of this oolong. It's called Dong Ding oolong, and I love it. It's good. Oh, it's ding dong. Vanessa says it's ding dong. Dong ding, ding dong. You know. And the tea color's pretty too. It's, you know, oolong is a cross between green tea and black tea. So this particular oolong has a smoky, no, not a smoky, let me try it. A roasted flavor. And with just a slight floral, a roasted floral flavor. And oolong generally has a jasmine smell and flavor profile, but I don't like too much jasmine is too much for me. So this dong ding, or ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, is good. It might be just a little too much on the roasted side. As a matter of fact, when I go back, I'm going to see if there's something that's a little less roasted in its flavor profile. I remember drinking a monkey picked oolong from Teavana when they still had stores before they got bought out by Starbucks, and it was delicious. It was so good. I loved it so much. Oh, I need to end over here. How am I going to do that? I think I can just do like a little X. It was so good. Oh my gosh, there's my other tea. Alexa, off. I don't know if people don't like this type of interruption. I'm not sure. I don't know. It doesn't even really matter. My audience really isn't even that big, and I don't know. I'm really just, I make videos because I like to. I think it's fun. I think everybody, no matter who they are, has something to share, and that's what I do. I share what I know. I share what I know, and I'm not trying to get super technical with my videos. I don't edit them. At least I don't usually. Sometimes I will. And I don't really spend a lot of time. I wonder, no. So what I was gonna do, I want to show you guys. I was about to go in through the second row first bead, and that would have created a the thread would have been on the outside. And I've done that before, deep into the weaving, and I've had to make the decision if I wanted to unweave it or keep going. And one time I decided to cut it off, which that was not a good idea because it ruined it. And I don't know why I didn't think about that in the first place, but it undid the weave. So, and there have been a couple, in the beginning, I actually well, one, I left that thread being on the outside there because I was just too far into it. I was over it, and I was like, oh my God, I just need to get this done. So I left it, and I think it was on a black bead as too, so you couldn't really tell. Okay, so I need to go down this second one. I'm going to go down the second one. Here we are. And one thing that I mentioned in the other video is this is very tedious work. It's something that you really have to enjoy and find relaxing. I am also a bookkeeper, so I naturally like to work with puzzles and try to figure things out. And so that's, for me, that's what beading is. It's working with a big puzzle, seeing how best things fit together, how I can make this work. And okay. So not only did we start a new, okay, I do want to make a point of showing you that we have done some over threading here, and you can see it in the second and third bead. There's just lots of weaving going on, whereas there's not so much weaving going on in these down here. See, this one's even less because this is the one that doesn't get that X. Not too sure if this is going to pick it up though. My camera's going to pick up, but you can see there's just been like 3 or 4 passes between these two beads with the thread. Okay, so now I am coming from, where am I coming from? Oh, I think I'm coming from that third bead up the second bead, and I'm going to go down this third bead. Okay. Gotta make sure I'm in frame. All right, now we're gonna try this and see how this works. Hopefully it does, because I think I've kind of gone a little too crazy with my getting this started. And so we're gonna pick up a sienna and just start going down. And if you'd rather work up, just flip the beading upside down. Okay, so I think this might work. So then this is going to be 4. We'll put the 4th one here, and then we'll come down, put the 4th one here, come up, start the new color. I think this might work, and I'm not quite sure what the difference was between the last one. I think I might have said it though. I think I added one here at the bottom row instead of going here. And so that might be the trick, is to, my camera slipped. I have it right here at the end of the table. It's got to be wide because the legs have to be wide, because I have the camera flipped over, like protruding out a little bit, and it's really top heavy, so I had to make the back leg extra long to give it some stability. And in order to do that, I had to hang it over to the side. I'm just letting you guys know my ingenuity. Okay, so and so I think the trick is to notice you want to start on the row with the least amount of beads. So if you have 3, that's our most, because the top and the bottom had 3, and then the 2 in the second row from the top, second row from the bottom, they only had 2, and so we wanted to increase that one first. I'm hoping. Okay. Anyway, we're going to test the theory. So we're going to keep on threading here. All right. So back to these teas, there is a wonderful tea house. Oh, let me mention here. The pattern is 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Each row is only supposed to have 4 at a time of each color. And we want to stay true to that because that will mess up the pattern. If we put in a 5th gold here, that will impede onto the sienna's color. And there is, I was talking about the tea house, right? There's a nice tea place called Path of Tea, which is probably about 30 minutes for me. But, you know, I live in a big city. I think we have like over 7 million residents here. And I actually live on the outskirts of the actual city. So everything around us takes a while to get to. But anyway, I go to this tea house and they have probably about 50, 60 different teas, and most of them are organic. I also get this wonderful Japanese tea. It's a green tea called Yurokuro, and that is $10 an ounce, which is pretty pricey, I would say. But that is a delicious green tea. They have a matcha, ceremonial matcha that I want to get as well, but that's $15 an ounce and you have to buy 2 ounces at once. So I haven't actually made this splurge yet. I need to cut this tail off because this is bothering me. Let me get my unsharp scissors. And we will just do a little quick snip. All right. And so the Yurokuro is delicious. The matcha, ceremonial matcha, I haven't actually tried yet. And I don't have the actual matcha bowl. I do have a whisk, and I was making my matcha in just a random bowl and just using some different cups that I had gotten at Goodwill. So, and it's been such a long time since I had matcha. Oh, you know what? This pattern looks... I'm looking at the pattern and it looks... Oh, there's the mess up. Okay, I just found... I was looking at this and this, to me, this was looking weird, and I noticed it earlier and I couldn't find it, but I just found what it was. It's this middle row here only has 3 black beads. 1, 2, 3. This one here, this gold guy, should have been black. And so that has thrown off the entire pattern. So we do have 4 golds here, but here, this sienna should have been black. And this black here should have been sienna. And also this one should have been black. So we are going to fix that. Can we fix it? I should have fixed it now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fix that now. Again, to reiterate the patience of this, and if this doesn't bother you more, that is great. But this is the type of thing that it bothers me. And I think that's, you know, that's just the personality type that I am. And, well, you know, sometimes I can let some things go. Like, you know, now this is kind of strange that I would let this go. I have painted rims, but I don't get them painted. I haven't gotten them painted, and I get them scratched, you know, hitting curbs and whatnot. And see, that doesn't really bother me for some reason, you know, a however many $1,000 car doesn't bother me that it has a messed up rim. But if my bead is off, oh my gosh, that totally bothers me. And And actually, it's not going to bother me too much because I'm not going to go all the way back here and try to correct it. I'm just going to correct it here. So here we're going to add in a 5th gold bead, and that will correct the pattern going forward. Now, who knows if anybody is ever going to notice this, but between you and my subscribers and Vanessa, who didn't go to school today, we know. So now we have a secret.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is that little pro tip that I picked up. Squeezing the edge, flattening it out. And remember, I don't know if I said it this video, I said it last video, but this only works with the synthetic threads. The cotton and whatever else. Well, I don't think it'll work on nylon either, but it's the ones that are plastic. It only works on those, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to even that out, and I'm going to do the fingernail thing to my thread to bring everything a little bit more straight. Okay, so here, like I said, we've got 4 gold, and I'm going to put a 5th one, and that is going to correct our pattern going forward. And what correction? What pattern? I don't even know what you're talking about. Because it's a secret and nobody knows. All right. And the best way to keep a secret is not to tell anybody. Not even your BFF. I have many BFFs. As a matter of fact, one of my BFFs just passed. Oh, so sad. She actually had a rare lung disease, and she was on the, well, I don't know if she ever actually got on it. I remember getting upset with her not too long ago because I asked her if she was on the list for transplant, and she said no, I hadn't gotten around to it. And I had to get after her. Like, what are you doing here? But yes. So she passed. She had a memorial service this past Saturday, and we went. It was nice. She has this amazing friend named Matthew, which he is very sweet, and he put that whole thing together, and he did such a wonderful job. Just getting it all together. We exchanged plants. He also brought a tub of buttons. Alicia, it's my friend, she really loved to just have things and collect things, and she loved to go to thrift stores. She actually had an eBay store where she would resell things, just the coolest stuff. Okay. And so he said that she just had a jar of buttons on her mantle, and he offered everyone there to take a button, and that was just so sweet. And I actually have the button here. It's really cute. I remember that it was such a big button, or a big the bucket with the jar was so big. Look at this. And I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pick a button? And I was like, Alicia, help me. And so I'm just like digging through the buttons. And then this one just kind of popped out, and it just sort of, hey, I'm your button. And this was the one Alicia wanted me to have. So this is my button. And I love it. I mean, all these circles, it's symmetrical. I love circles. Number 6. I love the number 3. So that is my button. And, you know, Alicia, I don't know, I was carrying it with me for a while, then I just thought to myself, I'm gonna lose this. So I feel like I just need to keep it somewhere, so I keep it on my desk amongst other things. I have just a little shelf of various different things. Got some crystals on there. My daughter gives me these little monito things. And from her Kinder eggs, whatever else. My husband gave me a flower one time, and that's there. Vanessa gave me I don't know what it is. I think it's a berry. We had this bush growing in our yard and it froze. And then it put off some nice berries, and then I guess this is the frozen remnant. But yeah. I love this. I mean, let's see. You guys can see these details. I just absolutely love this, and I love just weird things. Yeah. Dried flowers. I have like these little thorny things that I found in my yard one time. This weird grass or something was growing, and they put out this real thorny swirled thorn, and it reminded me of like Maleficent's horns. And I just kept a whole bunch of them. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make something. I never did, or I have not yet, but I have them, and I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so here's the cross thing that we're gonna have to do. And I like to do this cross up at the top. So we were working down, you can flip this. And so what we need to do is you're going to pick up a bead, and you're going to go through 1, 2, 3. 3 of these last 3 beads here on the outside. Okay, so you have your bead. You're going to go down all 3, I think. Yes. And then it just sits right there. But we're not done, okay? Because we got to get back up here. We got to get back up here and fill this guy out. One time I did that. I continued and I skipped this number, the second row, and that just threw the whole design off. So I had to figure that out as well. Okay, so now that we've gone down these 3 here, this is the one that we added. We're coming out of this 3rd row. We need to go across to the left, up this one, just the one. Actually, we need to go through this one and this one, but I find it's hard to do that. You can try it and see if it'll work for you. Maybe you have a different type of needle. My needle just doesn't like to do that. I find it's just harder. So I do the first one down here, and then I do the second one on the 3rd row. Then I do the first one on the 2nd row, and then I'll do the second one on the top row together. Okay. Can you see how I went in through there? Let's see if I can see what I did. All right. And slide that through. There we go. And so now our thread is coming out of the 2nd bead of the top row. And so up here we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're finished with this row. This little piece is bothering me. You can get some toenail clippers or some cuticle nippers and nip that. I used to have some Dollar Tree cuticle nippers in my box over there. I'm not going to worry about it right now because I'll clean everything up before I give this to the wearer. All right. So now we're coming out of the 3rd bead, top row, and we finished our top row with this sienna color because we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go down that last bead of the top row and then continue our stair stepping, and this is going to be number 4. All right, let me grab I think the reason why this guy gets bent, if you turn it the other way and your bend, oh, well, it just doesn't want to lay that way. That's very awkward because this bend is different. I don't know. Okay. And so then we're just going to continue the stair step all the way down. And remember that this row has 5 because that's our correction. And we're just going to put, oh, you know what? I wonder if we only need 3 to go in this row. Since we did 3 here. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to have to draw this out. And that's where this would come in handy. This graph paper from artbeads.com. They have for any, whatever stitch you have, apparently this is the brick stitch with cylinder beads. Okay. And this is what I worked on to get the triangle. Initially, I just had pure chevron going all the way through, but I wanted to put the triangle in the middle, and that's how I kind of worked it out for myself. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to graph it to see the best way to do that. Either that, or I'm just going to take my best guess, and then I'll just have to undo everything. Patience. Okay. See, I've not grabbed this bead here because it's broken. I keep seeing it. I don't know if you guys can see how broken it is. I don't know if my camera's gonna focus. Oh my gosh, my camera did focus on that. See? Oh. This camera, in case anybody's wondering, is called the Razer Keo Pro, and it is a good camera. The only thing I don't like is I have to, in order to focus it, I have to do it through the computer program. There's no like manual focusing ability, and my recording program doesn't let me adjust camera settings while I'm recording. So that kind of sucks. Oh wow, this video is really long. Okay, 40 minutes. Yes. So I'm just going to continue on doing this stair step, and as soon as you get 4 in a row, you need to switch your color. Okay. I'm going to make a video on how to start this, but on how to begin from the beginning. But I did want to get this video out to show everyone how to start a new thread. Just in case I finish this, which I don't know. I probably have enough thread to finish this side. And then I will do a second video on attaching a clasp because, oh, look at this tangled mess.
Look at my hair.
Yes, Vanessa's hair gets tangled. Okay, and so here we now need to start on black. All right. And I think that's right because this indentation is pushed in so that this angle of the black can come through. And so I think this is the correct side or stitch or bead position to begin on. That first video that I did was not the correct position. And I'm guessing it's because of the numbering. So the numbering is key, and it's an easy way to keep you straight too. Just four colors, 4 beads per color in your row, and then that's how you know when it's time to switch. All right, so I'm gonna work on this knot, and I'm going to end this video, and Vanessa wants to show you what she made.
Yeah, go like this, and then you put it on your finger, and go like that.
And then put the spider web on there. Cool. Well, that's neato. Craftiness runs in the family. All right. So go hug your friends. Take care. I'll see you guys next video.
Bye.